Right, okay guys, welcome to a Friday Waffle Live. I wasn't actually going to do a Friday Waffle Live, I was going to record one, but there are very few questions. So I thought I would just wing it, but just bear with me. I'm trying to actually see if this is indeed going live. I don't know if it is. Hey, as you can see, I am extremely well organised. Wait a minute, why is it saying their camera can't be accessed because it's being used by another application? What's it talking about? Is this going live? I've got no idea. I think it is. Just hang on a second. If there's anybody more disorganised when it comes to doing live streams on YouTube, I'd like to meet them. Right, wait a minute. Is this going live? I've got absolutely no idea. I don't know if it is. I could just be talking. Yeah, I think it is actually. Right, I'm gonna. Yay! There we go. I can see my ugly mug. I think, is this going out live? I think it is. Started streaming. I think it's public. Yep, I think it is. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of it. I'm going to call this the Friday Waffle Live. Just hang on one little second. The Friday Waffle Live. What's today's date? It's the 7th, 07/09/18. There we go. Right. Save changes. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually watching this. Can I tell? Watch on view page. Is there anybody there? I don't think there is. I don't think we've got anyone watching. Right, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow that down. It's actually easier, to be fair. It's actually much easier doing one of these live because I don't have to piss about with editing videos. I just put it straight out there. The problem is I could make a total twat of myself because I've got nothing to talk about, and obviously there's nobody watching this. Oh, there's actually 2 people watching. Hooray. I don't know who it is. Does somebody want to speak to me? Right, anyway, what I'm going to do is I think I've got just a couple of questions. In fact, before I start, I just want to catch up on what I've been up to this last week. Work has been the usual horrendous self. It never ever seems to get any better. Yeah, it's just a bit disorganised. So when it comes to the weekend, I'm always happy that it is the weekend. Last weekend, I think I mentioned I was doing some whitewater rafting with a really good friend. Had an absolute blast. I did have the option to do either the big girl's blouse rafting, or else I could have gone for the one that's a bit more exciting, and I completely whooshed out and went for the easier one. It was good, got to say it was good, but it was more akin to kind of floating on the river. But you know, really good day, amazing company as well. So yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah, that was Sunday. Not been up to very much this week. I've been out for a couple of runs, nothing too major. Tomorrow, what am I doing? I've got my park run in the morning. Nothing really planned. I might go out for a big run on Saturday during the day. Nothing really planned on Sunday at all. Might take the dogs out for a good walk. So anyway, right, we've got 3 people watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let me just try and find the questions. I think I got a couple of questions from. I'm going to turn down. I can hear my voice now. This actually, there is a bit of a delay. I think there's about a 5-second delay. Let me find the questions, what I have to answer. Where are we? What am I looking for here? Like I said, I am so disorganised tonight. You would not believe, though, if you do follow my channel at all, you'll know that I'm completely disorganised. Right, wait a minute, I just need to find last Friday's waffle and see what questions there were. I think I've got one actually. I know Kevin down the rabbit hole has got one. Yeah, I did. As you know, I've not long moved into my house, and I've done a kind of a games tour, a games room tour thing, and you've probably seen the amount of shite basically. It's quite funny because when I was moving house, one of my mates, Tommy, he was giving me a hand with the sort of unpacking, and I mean we had a big transit van thing, and we had to make 3 journeys all in. 2 of them were furniture, and the third one was all my game stuff. And yeah, I mean, it filled an entire, is it a Luton van, I think it is. And my mate Tommy, I mean, I had 4 people helping me move, and my mate Tommy's like, what is all this shite that you've got, you know? The thing is, I keep empty boxes. Now, if you're kind of a gamer at all, if you collect retro games of any kind, or you'll know that having boxes does actually add to the value. I mean, the thing is, I'm under no preconception that one day I'm going to get arthritis in my hands. I'm not going to be able to hold a joystick. My eyesight's going to fail. I wouldn't be able to see the screen. So I think at that point, I plan to probably sell off stuff. And as any collector knows, you know, if you've got boxes for stuff, it certainly adds to the value. But anyway, I've got 5 people watching. Thanks for joining me. Right, anyway, what was I doing? I was looking for last Friday's Waffle. Yeah, sorry, I'm doing a Billy Connolly there. I was talking about something, I completely forgot to get back in topic. One of the features that I've decided to make is called What's in the Box. And basically what I'm going to do is retrieve a box from the cupboard of doom and just open it up and see what shite is in it. Now, I did do the first episode yesterday, and it was indeed shite. I mean, the thing is, most of the stuff that came out, 99% of people would probably throw it in the bucket. Just crap, instructions for computers I don't even own. But I like all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm a bit of a historian. I love collecting crap. So that stuff will not be getting flung out, so you can forget that right now. But yeah, it was interesting. That was what's in the box. Right, let's see. Friday Waffle. Let's see. I think I've got one question. I'm just looking at comments from last week. Mr. Milestar Electronics said, yay, live stream. Lacosa said, I look forward to your live stream last month. Now, if you think he's being sarcastic, it's because I said I was going to be doing a live stream, basically was it the 31st of August, which was in the past. So he was just pointing out a fact, but yeah. Country Road says, so glad the waffles are back, Alan. I've missed these. I'm storing up some good questions for you. Well, don't store them up too long because you've not asked me any. Or did you? No, that's just my comment. Anyway, we've got the ever reliable Mr. Down the Rabbit Hole, Kev. Let's see if we've got anybody. Even a Mr. Sturoro, something to listen to while I clean the office. What are you doing in the office? Are you can't be in the UK, you're not working at, what time is it, 10 o'clock, 10 past 10 on a Friday night? Surely not. You know, don't work too hard. Right, back to Kevin, what is he saying? Hello Alan, glad to see the return of the Friday Waffle. Let me see if I can remember how to ask you questions. You mentioned last week you once had an iPod Touch. I laugh because I still use mine regularly. Also, last week Batman asked you where your arcade tabletop was, and you showed it sitting on the top of a filing cabinet. What I'm curious about is what important files are inside that cabinet, or is it all gaming stuff? Right the second time, Kev. Yeah, I've got so much shite that I knew I had to. You know, I need to get it out of crates. You can't possibly use stuff in crates because when you can't see it, you simply don't use it. So I was very lucky. I went on to Gumtree and there was this young lady selling 2 filing cabinets for 35 quid a piece. So I've got one in there and I've also got one in the games room. Not the games room, in my games cupboard thing. So it is virtually just more gaming shit. I think I've got like joysticks and controllers in the top drawer. I think I've got power supply units in the second drawer. But yeah, just more gaming shite. Mr. Bleed Easy, holy cow, live waffle. Yeah, sorry, it was really a spur of the moment thing. Oh, it says it's buffering. Don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it's still sending out. Why is that? Yeah, is this still working? Can you still hear me okay? Because I've got my Waffle on the screen, but it's currently frozen with my eyes shut. Looks like I'm actually sleeping. How you doing, wee Bob? Anyway, hopefully, is this still working? Can you see me moving about, or is it stuck? Hopefully not. It says it's stuck on my screen. Don't know why. Is it still stuck? It keeps buffering. I have to keep refreshing. Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, I've got the super fast 200 meg broadband from Virgin, but anyway. Right, anyway, can you hear me okay? Or can you not hear me? I can see you fine, your face is a bit squished. No, that's actually just how I look. That's bizarre, why is it buffering? It's buffering on my own computer. Working fine, I can hear you fine. Evening Ox, how's it going, sir? Squire? Yeah, anyway, listen, it doesn't matter if you can't see me, that you're not missing anything. Yeah, back to questions. What was Kev? I changed browser to Opera. See, I'm using Firefox. I'm kind of, I don't know, I started using Firefox, I don't know when, maybe 10 years ago, and I've just always stuck with it. I don't know if it's any better. I do sometimes find Firefox can be a wee bit kind of buggy at times. But anyway, right, back to what's Kevin asking. Yeah, he was wanting to know what's in my filing cabinet, and it's basically just more gaming shite. Secondly, assuming you and all your online friends were available to play a game together, what for you is the ideal number before a game becomes too crowded? When you're saying playing a game, I assume you're talking about an online game, Kev. Now, I've got to admit, I don't play online games at all. Assuming you and all your online friends were available to play a game together, what for you is the ideal number before a game becomes too crowded? However, how few is too few? The only game that I really played, and I have to say I really enjoyed it, was on the Xbox 360, and it was Gears of War. It's an amazing game. I mean, I played it on single campaign mode. It's one of the first games that I really played on the Xbox 360. It's a great game. I mean, I think there's 3 or 4 other games, but I've not really played them. I think in fact I did. I played the second one and completed it. I have actually got the one that came out in the Xbox Live, not Xbox Live, Xbox One, but I've only played a couple of levels of it. But yeah, I used to play online Gears of War, and it's amazing because I think it's like teams of 3 or 4, something like that. And what made it really good was because it was quite small teams. I mean, we all played together. 6 or 3 in a team, 4 in a team, whatever it was, and yeah, you could talk to each other. I don't think you could talk to the people you're fighting against. Maybe you could, I don't know, I don't think you could. But what was great is you're communicating all the time, and you're saying, right, you go that way, I'll go around this way, and you're talking. It was really, really good, really atmospheric. So that's the only game that I can think of. The other game I did play in the early days, and it was what do you call it, Ridge Racer 6, I think it was, again on the Xbox 360. I was shite, I was always last in these races, but it was great fun. There was maybe about 6 or 7 of us playing that. But one game I have played online with my daughter, it's Left 4 Dead. Now, Left 4 Dead is probably one of my favourite Xbox 360 games. It's an amazing game. It's basically a zombie apocalypse. The thing about this game, they run towards you. It's a bit like 28 Days Later, that Robert Carlyle film. It's an awesome game, and basically you're in a team of 4, and the idea is just to survive. So me and my daughter would play it. We would play as a campaign mode. We'd play we would both be in one team, and the other 2 people were computer controlled. But it's just an amazing game. I mean, there was 2 that Left 4 Dead 2, yeah, Left 4 Dead, and then Left 4 Dead 2. It would be brilliant if they brought out a remake of that. I don't think they've ever talked about it. I don't know why, because to my mind it's one of the best online games that I've ever played, but I don't play much, I've got to say, Kev. So let's see, who else have we got? 16 people, blimey. How's it going, Colin? And Mr. Dave G, message retracted, who's obviously taking the piss or something. Mr. Mad Commodore, how's it going, Squire? Yeah, thanks for joining in. I mean, this is completely unannounced. I wasn't intending to do a live waffle. One of my friends who she was going to tune in because she thought it was a live waffle, and then I told her that it was going to be a recording, and I thought, nah, I'll do a live waffle just for her. So hopefully you're watching on, yeah. Anyway, right, back to questions. It's still buffering this end. I don't know what's going on here. Pause it and play it. Don't know. Right, anyway, where's Kevin? I think he's got a third question to ask. Thirdly, did you see they have announced Streets of Rage 4? Any idea why side-scrolling beat-em-ups faded in popularity for so long? I don't know, Kev. I think it's probably just down to the fact that, you know, beat-em-ups, side-scrolling beat-em-ups were massive in the 90s, and then suddenly the PlayStation came along and people weren't wanting to play side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Not when you can play Ridge Racer. You know, Ridge Racer, to my mind, it was almost, I'm saying, an arcade perfect port. I mean, I always remember getting the have I got any coffee left? No, I don't. I always remember getting my PlayStation and plug it into, you know, a big TV. It was probably like a 26-inch TV now, which looks tiny, and it was just incredible. This was arcade. This was an arcade game in the house. It was that mind blowing, you know. Then I got Tekken, and Tekken again was incredible as well. So I think it was quite a simple reason. It was because people were playing these kind of games, and suddenly this new generation of technology came along, and you could play Ridge Racer. So why would anybody want to play a side-scrolling beat-em-up when you could play Ridge Racer? And I was the same, don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved all these, you know, side-scrolling beat-em-ups, you know, these kind of two-dimensional games, but it was hard not to get pulled in with new technology, and I think that is the reason why, because it was like old technology. It's only, I don't know, 20 years later that we can now that we've got our rose-coloured spectacles on and we can look back at these games and go, oh, they're brilliant. But I think basically it's because technology suddenly jumped up. That's my opinion. I might be talking total nonsense. Hang on a sec, I'm just looking. Is anybody short and fat? Is that? I don't know what's going on there. I've got no idea. Wait a wee minute. Hang on. Right, I'll need to. Right, I do look a bit short and fat. Let me. Anybody that's actually seen me will know this is what I look like. Transform. I don't want to fit to screen. That's what I've done. I've done fit to screen. That's better. That's what I look like, a bit better. Right, there we go. How is that, Neil? Right, where are we? Let me just go up to the top. Have I answered? Wait a minute, I'll need to finish answering Kevin's questions. So yeah, I think basically technology caught up, Kev, and I think that's why they've moved. People didn't want to play two-dimensional games, not when they can play three-dimensional games. Streets of Rage 4, I've never played any of these games. I've played the first one very briefly, but not very much. Any idea? And I've answered that one. What was this? Finally, another announcement this week was that Polymega, it's got a very generic name, but it's a retro console. The Polymega, right, that's the name of a console. It's got a very generic name, but it's a retro console that looks like it may play Sega Saturn games, plus many other retro consoles, region free and high def, Unfortunately, it looks to be about as expensive as a PS4, so I think I will decline, but would you have any interest? Short answer, nah, probably not. I've never been into these multiple things. You know, you get the... so I'm just looking at my dog, he's lying on his back with his... Oh, you must have heard me, with his bits in the air. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of these kind of all-in-one consoles. I think they've got their place. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've got all the kind of original hardware, so I don't really need to buy one of these ones that plays multiple. But for somebody that maybe lacks space, doesn't want to have loads of old bits of technology like myself, then these things are good. Never heard of it, the Polymega. It sounds like some sort of shark film, like the is it Megalodon or something? The Polymega. So never heard of it, Kev, and it's going to play Sega Saturn games. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of all these consoles that claim to play different things, but you know what, they have their place. But anyway, listen, Kev, thank you very, very much for the questions, as always. At least you'll have plenty of time to get them back to me for next week. Let's see, Batman, thanks for the PC Engine recommendations. I invested in the EverDrive, and after the initial learning curve of setting up, I've been having a ball with my backup games. I've checked out all your choices and they are very good titles, so a big thank you, much appreciated. No worries, Bat. Sane Swifto is saying, my first experience of going online other than the computers were at school was with my first phone. It was a 3G Motorola brick thingy, very, very slow, but I could do basic searches and even got very small pictures. I got it when I was in my very early teens, and I used to find softcore pictures of naked women. Brilliant. I still use my PSP from time to time to listen to the internet, so I should have maybe read that before I actually read it out live, but anyway, not to worry. I still use my PSP from time to time to listen to internet radio. Does the PSP still go online? I didn't even know if it did that. Craig was saying, quite a late starter. First time I connected to the internet was through the Dreamcast dial-up modem. Took bloody ages to do anything. I think I managed to get a couple of matches of Dreamcast version of Quake 3. Bonk's a lovely game, and there are a few different versions. Yeah, Bonk is a great game. Yeah, Chris is saying, sorry, Panther UK. Chris, always great to see a waffler waffling. Those bloody AOL discs used to be everywhere, including coming in the post. Nice one, mate. Alex is saying, I feel your pain of the dial-up days. I got an internet probably around 1994. 1994? Bloody hell, that was early. The very, very first time I went online, it was at work, and I think it was 1997 actually. So that was very early, and my first modem was a 14.4 kbs modem, so I could download it lightning fast, 1.4k a second. It was a killer, but I was so fascinated by it. It was certainly fine for downloading Spectrum ROMs, which took maybe 5 to 10 seconds. That's madness. I don't think there's any other questions at all. Right, anyway, listen, I've got Alan, my mate Alan, who goes to the computer club. He has left a question, if I can just find it somewhere. There we go. Right, what is Alan saying? Yeah, I was playing what was I doing? I did a 8-bit face-off kerfuffle Trashman, which, if you don't know, is a classic game for the Spectrum. Well, it's actually out on the Amstrad and the Commodore 64, but I always think of it as a Spectrum game. Trashman is certainly a decent game in the Spectrum, even if it does feel a bit unpolished and homegrown. The odd thing is about it for me, it conjures up really strong memories of chocolate flavoured beans. These were sort of like Smarties, but were darker chocolate and were sold by the £1/4 from a jar. I can almost taste them again whenever I see Trashman, so I can only assume I must have been eating a lot of them when this game came out. I had a recent nostalgia flashback today actually. Out in the middle of nowhere, I had a sudden urge to play Gobble Ghost on the Spectrum. No idea why. It's not that good a game. Perhaps something for your Waffle. Do certain games trigger specific memories, tastes, sounds, locations when you play them, or vice versa? Does a location, song, suddenly make you want to go and play a certain game from the past. I don't think I ever get any. Hang on, I'm going to go back to so I can see any questions that are coming in. Live waffle, there we go. Right, got tons of questions again. We've certainly got lots of comments. Yeah, what was I talking about? I can't say I have any foodie type things, but I just want to double check and see how long I've been actually recording for. Does it tell me? 25 minutes. Oh, I was going to go for half an hour. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't have any foodie type memories, but certainly certain arcade games take me back right to where they were. Commando takes me back to a service station. I think it was the M74. I don't know where it was. I'm sure it was either the M6 or M74. And I had one game of Commando. Galaxian would be Heathrow Airport. I remember seeing that. I don't think it was the first time I saw it, but I remember seeing it in Heathrow Airport. And I think my mum gave me 10 pence to have one shot. What else? There's a really, really crappy golf game, which I keep meaning to actually do a sort of a 10-minute mashup for. And it was one of these cassette games that was out in arcade. Actually, when you switched it on, you had to load the game. I remember that was a chip shop in Livingston. What else? Donkey Kong was probably a taxi rank in Livingston. Bruce Lee on Atari 800 definitely takes me back to the first computer shop I used to go to. What else? Arcade games. Year Kung Fu is Stevenson College in Edinburgh. Well, let me think. Sorry, Archie, did I give you a fright there, son? Gauntlet. Was it Gauntlet 2? I think it... No, Gauntlet 1 was Napier College Student Union. I was extremely drunk. And I just remember the noise. And also one of the ones that, to this day, when I hear it, it takes me right back. And it takes me back to actually being drunk. And it was Green Beret, or called Russian Attack in the US. Again, that takes me back to being stupidly drunk in Stevenson College. No, Napier University Student Accommodation, Student Union I should say. When I hear the music to Gauntlet 2, that takes me back to Galashiels. I was visiting a mate, he was at Galashiels College, and I always remember, I think we were sitting in the bar or something, and the music to Gauntlet 2 was kind of thundering away in the background. Space Invaders would have to be the sports centre. I was doing, not karate, what did I do? I did judo for about 5 minutes. I went along a couple of times. I insisted that my mum and dad bought me the judo outfit, which I think I went along twice and decided I didn't want to go back. So that was they never kept the receipt, foolishly, off them. 1942 would be the sports centre. Anyway, I'm kind of talking rubbish. Yeah, I don't have any foodie type things. Nah, definitely no foodie type things. But it's funny how certain places remind you. Now, I've got absolutely no idea why this. It makes no sense at all. There is a it's a co-op funeral home. It was basically where my mum and dad went after they passed away, and outside that there's a road. It's just a main road, and bizarrely, I've no idea why, when I drive past there I think of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne. Don't ask me why. It's outside the funeral home. I've got no idea why I think of Sharon Osbourne and Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know. It makes no sense at all. It's got nothing to do with the fact that it's a funeral parlour. I know he used to bite heads off bats and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's got anything to do with that. It's just that bit of road. It's a complete bizarre thing. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, let me jump back to... Yeah, sorry. Anyway, listen, thanks very much, Alan. I think that is all the questions I've got what you need to do, guys, is for next week, after you've watched this video, have a think about it and get some questions down for me. What I'm going to do is just scroll through and see if there's any questions. How many have we got watching? 16, which is excellent considering I wasn't even going to do this. I was coming up to actually record it, just to do one, but then I decided to do a live one because it's easier. Let's see, have a wee look. It's still, bizarrely, I've still got my face frozen. It's buffering round and I've got my eyes tight closed. Don't know what's going on there. Any questions? Too many online first-person shooter games are unplayable due to random respawning. You know, one thing that really annoyed me when Ava and I were playing this Left 4 Dead, there was 2 randoms appeared, and you can basically kill each other, which you don't do because you're in a team. And this twat kept killing me, kept shooting me. I'm like, why would you do that? I don't know. And that's why I can't be arsed. Nothing to do with the fact that I am completely shite. Let's see, Colin. What's that? Sorry, what's you're saying there, Colin? Ingress XM anomaly events have hundreds of players at the same time. Oh, this is an online game. The game board is a city in the real world. Nah, you're alright. Yeah, Neil was saying that aspect ratio, you're looking a bit short and fat. Well, I am short. Maybe not quite so fat now, but when are you doing your next My Arse video? My Arse video? When's that again? Oh, I can't even, you know what, I can't even remember. I can't remember half the bloody videos that I have. Oh, Arcade Perfect, sorry, Arcade Perfect, my arse. I'll probably get one done over the weekend, Dave, and I'll get it put out next week. I was planning to do some videos. I think I've only managed to do one, but I will be getting more out. It's just taking a wee while to kind of get back into things. Mad Commodore is saying, I have a question, but will be popping down to check my roast pots in a bit. Are you cooking something? I remember I bought the Launch Pal PS1 and then sold it later as part of saving up for a house deposit, but found exactly the same original model in a car boot sale for £1. You know what, I still can't get my head round, you know, it's bizarre. What was I trying to give away? Yeah, not a computer. I had a 32-inch LCD TV. I couldn't find the stand for it. And do you think I could get rid of it? I was actually that close, in fact, probably that close from taking it up to the tip because nobody wanted it, but then my mate Kenny decided to take it. But you know, what's the world become when you can't give away a TV that would have cost probably the best part of 600 quid, you know, maybe 6 months ago. Mental. Yep, the aspect, hi Dion guy, the aspect ratio is much better. Good. Wee Bob, I said that you look less like an Oompa Loompa. You've quite clearly never seen me in real life. Instant weight loss. Yeah, I'll actually need to make myself a bit skinnier looking. Mad Commodore is saying, if these consoles play old games but with true HDMI output, I might consider it, as most consoles don't have RGB out like the Amiga, so look shit in a huge LCD. Yeah, that's true. Any questions? No, hang on a wee second. Sorry, Neil's asking what time tomorrow. I don't know, mate. I'll give you a shout. Neil and I are going out for a walk with the dogs. I'll give you a shout, mate. I'll text you on Facebook or whatever. Right, I'm just looking down. Right, Mad Commodore's saying here, first time I went online was at uni in 1992. Bloody hell! So I didn't go to university. I went to college for day release. But nah, the first time I saw the internet, it was 1997. The bizarre thing was, the first person I knew to get broadband was my dear departed dad. He got what was it called? It wasn't Virgin, it was called Telewest, and he signed up to their it wasn't fibre, what was it called? It was just, was it broadband? I think it was, and it was a dizzying £25 25 meg, 25k. Yeah, 25k a second, which was, considering you were getting like 2k to go to 25, that was quite a bit. Ox is saying trash man when bin men were real bin men. Yeah, I know, when they carried bins. Now it's like, I mean, it's, don't even get me started. Yeah, the bins in Livingston where I stay, we used to have these big brown bins. When I say big, standard brown bins. Then the council decided to save money. They would give you a smaller bin. So the bin's maybe, I don't know, half the size of what it was. And now, instead of getting emptied, so getting emptied every week, it gets emptied once a fortnight. So you've got this tiny little bin, and it gets emptied once a fortnight. And if you leave a bin bag at the side of the bin, they won't empty it. They won't even lift it. Health and safety going mad. So anyway, yeah, as you say, Ox, when bin men were real bin men. Dion guy is saying I was late getting online. I think it was 1998. Was still using my Amiga 1200 up to 1998. I think that's awesome that people were still playing. I know my mate Adam. He's a massive Amiga person. Oh, excuse me. Windy Pops. And his main computer was the Commodore Amiga up till I think it was well into the 90s, which is excellent. Ox is saying my first memories of arcade games were the mechanical type in the early 1970s, before the video arcade boom started. There was there was one where you controlled a motorbike with handlebars over rolling terrain. Don't remember that. I do remember the one. It was in the shows, and it was basically, I don't know if it was a light gun, but all I can remember was they had this big huge, it was like clouds with like trees, and it was like skeet shooting, and it was these kind of lights that went past the screen. It was a bizarre thing. I don't think I ever actually played it, but yeah, I don't really remember that many of the mechanical ones. I think there was a kind of, yeah, there were some of these ones where you shoot, it was like a western scene, and you shot a guy in the head and he would laugh, or somebody's head would pop out a window, whatever it was. They were basically shite. Wee Bob, Green Beret was great. That takes me back to being a kid playing on the Spectrum. See, that makes me feel really old, Bob. The fact that you were a kid, whereas I was a grown teenager. Well, I was 19 years old getting pissed. But then I am an old bloke. I should never ever forget that. Colin is saying Dragon's Lair on a booze trip to London. Colin's asking, did anyone have a Commodore 64 modem back in the day? I certainly did, Colin. And what was it called? CompuNet. Basically, anybody that's probably 30-year-old probably wouldn't have a clue about this. You had to disconnect your mum and dad's phone. You had to plug this modem into the phone socket, and I can't remember how much this thing was. It was like a very, very, very basic internet. It wasn't even an internet. It wasn't information. It was basically, was it chat rooms? Possibly. I don't remember talking to anybody online back then. But what you had was, you would go in and it would be like files you could download. So that's where a lot of the whole demo scene came from. It all grew from this online thing. I mean, Jeff Minter used to put demos up. Tony Crowther, all the kind of famous Commodore 64 musicians, Rob Hubbard, they used to put stuff up as well. Always remember you could also upload something. Now I was a bit sneaky because I downloaded this thing and then I uploaded it pretending it was me. And when I think back now, it was a really, really stupid thing to do. This file basically vibrated the read head on a Commodore 64 disk drive. It vibrated it to the tune of Row Your Boat. Now it seemed a really big and clever thing to do. Chances are it probably ruined disk drives. Saying that, it never ruined my one, so maybe it didn't ruin anything, but I remember that. I mean, we've all seen videos of like these things playing music, printers playing tunes, but this was, I'm talking, I don't know, 1986. You know, this was a long time ago. But yeah, the internet, or it was called CompuNet. It was excellent. well, it wasn't really, it was crap actually, but it was the first kind of online thing that I ever actually done. Oh, wait a minute, I'm jumping way ahead there. How's it going, Mr. 80s Sneaker Freak? Where are we? I'm jumping again, hang on. How you doing, Russ? Welcome, mate. Thanks for joining me. Right, Dion Guy, Crossbow was one of my earliest arcade memories. Crossbow, don't remember that one at all. An arcade at Ladbrokes Holiday Camp in, what's that? Perranporth, Cornwall. The camp is still there, but it's now a haven. I was actually across in a place called Rossi, which is an island in Scotland. It's on the west coast. And it used to be where people went on holiday. You know, people used to go, we didn't all go to America back then. People went to like Rossi or is it Largs or Saltcoats. Or if you're really rich, you went to Blackpool. But yeah, in Rossi, so it was a seaside place. And I was across there on one day this week. And there was a big arcade. And as I was walking past, I just kind of put my head through the window. And probably 30 years ago that would have been full of arcade games, but as it was just fruit machines. You know, I don't know why they call it an arcade, because to me an arcade is video games. But yeah, I really miss the arcades. I keep meaning to go down to the arcade club. I need to do that at some point. So anyway, let's see, I'm just looking through the comments. Dave is asking, not gaming related, but I've recently got into running 5k in 31 minutes for a 47-year-old. Any good? That is excellent, Dave. That is really, really good. I mean, if that's you just getting into it, that is an excellent time. That is really good. I mean, it's the 5k. I mean, I'm doing my park run tomorrow. It's brutal. Park run is not fun. If you enjoy it, you're not running hard enough. But that's a really good time. Well done in that. Keep at it. Colin, let's see. Mad Commodore, my question, is it me or is YouTube algorithm constantly trying to sneak in utter rubbish, like latest music videos, reality TV or live streams from trains, fake news about planet crashing into us now? Got to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I mean, I don't really watch any TV. In fact, I think tonight was the first time I've actually put my TV on for a couple of days. That shows you how little TV I watch. If I am watching anything, it's generally I'll watch YouTube, but I've not been watching it often enough to really say that. I don't know how YouTube, I do know that YouTube constantly mess about with algorithms and whatnot, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me to hear that at all. Let's see, wee Bob. I don't know what Neil's talking about. Brown, they are black. I've got no idea what he's on about. Oh, sorry, you're talking about the bins. No, we've got black bins. You've got brown bins, which is for yeah, it's black. There is a black bin. Or is it a grey bin? I don't know. It's a wee bin anyway. We've got a brown bin for like sort of compost and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Mad Commodore's saying, yeah, my bins are twice a month. Stinks like crap in the summer. Yeah, I know. I actually washed my bin out the other day there because it was stinking. There's Mr. Country Roadist. How's it going, buddy? How you doing, Tony? Thanks for joining me, mate. Colin, the earliest arcade games I remember was, I think, a 3-cabinet wide Sega Periscope. I think... Nah, you know what I'm thinking? I can remember a telescope type game where you actually you stood... I was quite small. You had to stand on this platform and you basically peered into this telescope thing. It was crap. I don't know, it was Sub Hunt or something. I think it might have been, yeah, it was a Sega one. It might have been that actually, Colin. And when you look at it now, you're like, really? Oh, before I forget, one of my mates actually gave me a projector. Very kind of him. What I'll need to do is get a shelf. I tried it out last night and it's pretty good. I'll need to get it set up. In fact, Neil, if you're at a loose end tomorrow, you can maybe pop up and have a crack at it. But yeah, what I need to do is get a set of speakers. I'm not planning to watch it all the time. I mean, I think once the bulb goes in these things, they're like stupidly expensive. So once the bulb goes in this thing, I'll never replace it. But yeah, the good thing is all my walls in my living room are white, so I've got a kind of instant screen, which is good. Yeah, skeet shoot, rear projection, something like that. Yeah, I never played it. It always sort of looked boring. Wee Bob saying there are mechanical arcade games featured in the Dawn of the Dead movie, 1978. Always love when you see arcade games in some films. I think there was a few. Back to the Future, there was certainly some. Was it Planes, Trains and Automobiles? I'm sure there were some arcade games appeared in that. There were certain arcade games appeared in Jaws. There was also some in Terminator 2. I think, were they not playing Afterburner? I can't remember. CompuNet, yep, that was the one that I used to use. Oh, hang on a wee second. So let's just jump right down, CompuNet. Country Rodis is saying, what is he even talking about now? I've got no idea. Yeah, Mad Commodore is saying his CompuNet modem was 99.99. That's right, I think it was about 100 quid. But remember, 1983, no electronic mail system could talk to other systems. This was even true for America, only to the same system. Yeah, it was very much primitive internet as we know it. Colin's saying, I tried one of those disc music programs once and quickly turned it off. Apologies, Colin, if it was row your boat, you can blame me if you screwed up your disk drive. Sorry, Bob, I wasn't dissing Saltcoats. I've not been to Saltcoats for years. There is a job centre in there which I visited a long time ago. Yeah, Dave, what you saying? I did your first pattern a few weeks ago and managed at 28.48. That's excellent. So what are you saying? You're saying it was 30 something, were you not? That's excellent. 28.48 is a really good time. What whereabouts is your part one? What part one is it? I do Livingston one, and it's a killer. I've actually recently changed the course, and you've got this big stinker of a hill to finish with, which is what you don't want. Russ is saying, yeah, my best memories of arcade machines were on a caravan holiday at Weymouth around 1984, where the pub next to the caravan park had a Yer Kung Fu. You know, it's funny how, you know, the old rose-coloured spectacles, when I played Yer Kung Fu, what was it? It was in Stevenson College. I always remember the first character that you play, that you fight against, Butchu. In the arcade, I always remember thinking that he was huge. He was like massive. And then when I played it on MAME, I'm like, oh right, okay, he's not that big. So I don't know whether it's just because it was a bigger screen. I can't remember. I've never seen an arcade Yer Kung Fu since probably 1984. I'd love to see it. Let's see. Colin's saying YouTube algorithm was spooky today. It recommended a video on not to be scared of death. It was my brother's funeral today. Oh man, really, Colin? I'm so sorry, mate. I'm really sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope everything went okay. Oh man, you know what I mean? That really sucks. I hope I'm not going to say I hope everything goes well, Colin, but no, listen, mate. So sorry to hear that. You know, obviously thoughts are with you and your family. Yeah, that's sad. Neil, what you saying brings her down. Yeah, nah, you know what you're saying. Sad times, but he's at rest now. You know what I mean? That's what you've got to think of, Colin. You know, I've lost quite a few people close to me, and it is hard. but what you've got to try and remember, don't feel too sorry for the person, because they are at peace. It's you know, it's the people that are left behind. It's always very sad. But like I say, Colin, my thoughts are with you, mate. I really mean that. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comments that you guys are making, and this is why I love YouTube. I mean, you know, really nice, sincere comments, and people that say that YouTube and the internet is just full of arseholes obviously hasn't come into a live stream in one of these, you know. But yeah, what were we talking about? Yeah, nah, I'm reading what you're saying there, Colin. I know that's, you need to move on. Believe you me, mate, your brother wouldn't want you to dwell in the past, I know. Dave's saying Galaga and War Games. Is that right? I don't think I've ever actually seen War Games. I've got it on my computer somewhere. China Minor level 2 must be conquered. It's funny that, I mean, I was genuinely over the moon that I managed to beat the first level. I never ever thought in a million years that I would beat it. And because, I mean, I think we all pulled together, we all pulled rank, pulled together, and we completed it between us. I actually think that I could probably complete the first level quite easily now. I think it's one of these. That was a perfect example of learning how to play a game. It's brutally difficult, but I think I could probably do it. And I think we definitely, when I do the next live stream gaming thing, I'll definitely be giving China Minor another go. Tony, what are you saying, mate? Did you know Sega accidentally released Daytona Championship 2017 ROM when they released an update with the full games? Ah, now, was it yourself? Somebody, it was either yourself, Tony, or somebody else mentioned that. Yeah, I did actually look at a video, and somebody from Sega is going to get their arse booted, big style. Yeah, they released this brand new arcade game. It just goes to show though how technology has caught up. The fact that this is a brand new arcade game, yet you can run it flawlessly on what I'm guessing is a high-end PC. I know my PC wouldn't even attempt to run it, but yeah, that's absolutely mental, really mental. Mad Commodore, I saw Now the Chips Are Down, Horizon episode. What was that? I saw Now the Chips Are Down, Horizon episode has a lot of pre-Space Invaders era arcade game footage. I've never actually seen that. Wythenshaw, Manchester. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, was that one of your arcades or something? Oh, hang on a wee second. We've got somebody swearing. We've got Stamby is swearing. So it's been held for review. How you doing, Shinobi? Thanks for joining me. I'm up to 22 people. That's alright for a completely off the cuff Friday waffle. So I'm just looking down. Excuse me. Absolutely, Colin. Yeah, Colin is in the process of writing a brand new Commodore 6, so in fact it's not a brand new game. Well, it is a brand new game, but it's brand new in the Commodore 64, and it's called Cruising on Broadway. Now, when I was doing my live stream last week, I stupidly thought it was the it was Give My Regards to Broadway, which is a absolutely atrocious game, which was based on the even worse film called Give My Regards to Broadway. It had Paul McCartney in it. I've got no idea what it's about, but I was foolishly trying to look for it, not realising it was nothing to do with that. But yeah, anyway, Colin is actually writing a Commodore 64 version, so once it's ready for playing, Colin, let me have it, mate. If you want it play tested, I'm your man. Alright, yeah, okay. Sorry, Tony's just saying that we'd run it. The specs aren't that high to run it. That's interesting. How's it going, Steve? Thanks for joining me, mate. You probably caught me just at the tail end. I'm probably going to be checking out soon. I mean, I don't know how long it's been going on for. Plus, I want another cup of tea anyway. Sorry, Dave. Wythenshaw is where you do the part run. Right, okay, nice one. But yeah, keep at it. I hope you're going back tomorrow morning. It's always a good excuse for me you get out your bed. I mean, the number of times that I lie in my bed, I start in the morning and it's like 9 o'clock and it's like, I can't be arsed. Parkrun starts at 9:30. No matter where you go, it's always 9:30. And I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed. But once I get up, go for my run, and never regret it. And Mad Commodore is saying, I lament at how today everything is just various levels of Intel PC in disguise. Since AMD stopped making decent CPUs, Intel have become useless. Yeah, I must admit, my PC is just for making videos and going online. I don't use my PC for everything. I used to, believe it or not, I actually used to have my own PC repair company. I was working full time and I set up a legitimate repair company. I used to repair. How's it going, Mark? You all right? You've probably joined me just at the tail end. This was a completely unannounced Friday Waffle. What was I talking about? What was I talking about again? PCs. Yeah, I used to have a PC repair company, and yeah, I mean, I would do my job during the day, and then I would what do you call it? I would go out and fix people's computers, and I think the problem for me is when I first started it, I had prices, you know, 40 quid for a format reinstall of Windows, and I had these different prices. But as time wore on, I wanted to what do you call it? I would end up not sticking to proper. I would end up not sticking to the prices I was charging. So instead of charging 40 quid, I would do it for 20. And I think I was too nice a person. I'm not a hard-nosed businessman at all. And it got to a stage where I was taking a laptop home, and sometimes you could do it really quickly. Other times, it would take hours and hours and hours and hours, and when you're charging 40 quid and it's maybe taking 2 days to do it, I'm like, nah, had enough. And I had a few people giving me a hard time with it, so I kind of knocked it on the head. But it was interesting. What was quite funny, I always remember, it was at the time when Windows Vista came out, and I'd never even seen Windows Vista. And I went to this guy's house, and he was one of these people. He showed me where the computer was, and he insisted on sitting next to me at this computer, and he's like, right, what are you doing now? Why are you going into settings? What are you doing here? And when I realised it was Vista, I was like, bollocks, I've got no idea how to use this. And I remember just going into settings, and I was basically fumbling my way about looking for things, and he's like, so what are you doing now? And I was just coming out with all this shit about, oh, it's your TCP settings and it's your IP address isn't talking, you need to change your config file, and I was just waffling, trying to kind of pretend that I knew what I was doing. But he eventually went away and made my cup of tea, and I don't know what I did. I managed to get it working. But yeah, after that I decided that I really need to swat up on Windows Vista, because I just made a total cock of myself. So anyway, yeah, where are we now? If a tree falls in the woods, did the bear hear it while taking a shite? That's always an interesting concept. If there's nobody there to hear something, does it make a sound? I don't know. And one of the dogs has decided to do a smelly pump. Yeah, sorry, Addy Sneaker Freak, I love the waffles, mate. My channel is completely ungame related. You know what? I think my channel is becoming more ungame related as well. Well, certainly for waffles. I just talk utter nonsense. Right, I don't think we have got any other questions, so I'm probably going to knock it on the head. Yeah, sorry, Shinobi saying my business went crap for the same reasons, mate. Yeah, you've got to be... I always remember going to a guy's house, and he said to me, I I went to his house, and this is where I offered her. So I'm just looking at Neil get a job in an Indian call centre and become a scammer. Yeah, funnily enough, Neil and myself were actually given blood a couple of weeks ago, and there was an old guy in front of us, and we got talking. I don't know how we got into the subject matter, but he said that he got a phone call, and it was basically a scammer, and he said he was trying to say to him, "Oh, you need to give me your credit card details." And the old guy said to him, "Look, I know that you're a scammer, I'm not going to give you the details." And the guy ended up saying to him, "Listen mate, if you don't do this, I know where you stay, I'm going to come and kill you, and I'm going to come and kill your family." You're like, wow, seriously. I've never been lucky enough to actually be scammed by one of these scammers. I would love to get one, because one of them was, I don't know if it was a mate or whether it was somebody online. I think it might have been a mate actually. And the guy's like, "Can you log into your computer?" And the guy's like, "Well, I've got a computer, it's a ZX Spectrum." And the guy's like, "Can you log in?" When, "Well, you can't log in." And he's like, "Well, can you go online?" "No, there's no internet." He's like, "What do you mean there's no internet?" He goes, "I don't have a modem, it's a ZX Spectrum, all I can do is load Manic Miner." And he basically had this guy hanging on the phone for a while, just basically taking the utter piss out of him. Yay, Mad Connor, you gave blood today. Good stuff. Yeah, I love giving blood. You know, I actually enjoy the whole social aspect of it. It's good fun. Plus, you get chocolate biscuits as well, which is always a good thing. Right, you guys need to stop. Sorry, Mark, you're asking me, am I going to replay in October next month? I'll see, Mark, what date is it again? I might go, it just depends. It depends how the money's going at the moment. I'm a bit skint at the moment. I've been spending an absolute fortune on my house. Just stuff like blinds and shelves and God knows what else. I mean, I got myself a new telly right enough as well, but I'm a bit short at the moment. So I'll see. I would love to go. I might still go down this Saturday, but I'll definitely let you know, Mark, if I'm going to be going down. What else? Night Dave, enjoy your partnering, buddy. Yeah, says Mad Commoner, well done in the giving blood thing. I love doing that. I think it's important. It always disappoints me at how many people I know who are fit people, but they don't give blood because they don't like needles. I mean, I don't like needles, but it's like a wee jag. It's like a wee nip. It's nothing bad at all. So yeah, if you can give blood, go and do it, because you get chocolate biscuits, and that is also, it's the 27th and 28th of October. I might, Mark, like I said, I'm going to play it with you. Neil, are you up for a trip to Blackpool? Because it always helps the petrol as well. Neil's saying, my record is keeping them on the phone for 35 minutes before they realise I run Linux. That's quite funny. I was going to say it always tends to be old people, but then I've never had one, so go figure. I'm talking nonsense, obviously. Yeah. Right, anyway, listen guys, it's 11 o'clock. I don't know how long I've been on this for. I was going to do half an hour and it's an hour, so I think we've all had our money's worth. So anyway, listen guys, thanks very much. There's 22 people watching. Thanks for tuning in. It was a very, very much impulse live waffle. I was going to record one, but I think it's a lot easier doing this because I can obviously get the questions live as well. So anyway guys, listen, thank you very, very much for tuning in, and I shall see you soon. Have an ace weekend. Take care guys. See you.